too long ago.
Hello and welcome to the Mack Brothers podcast. Today I have special guest John from the Mack Brothers. John, how are you doing? I got coffee. This is coffee. Black coffee.
A special kind of coffee.
So I was listening to this guy on Lex Friedman podcast that he goes in the Amazon rainforest, studies anacondas and shit. He's like, they're so big down there, like you can walk on them, like they're huge. They're the widest. They're like so wide, they're ridiculous. And that reminded me when I was listening to that podcast that we have a new song that just came out.
You know, all over in the jungles, all of the wildlife has been nothing but kind to us, and so complimentary about Country Woman.
Very understanding about the new direction.
Countless gerbils and
Lemurs,
amphibians of all kind, caterpillars. I mean, you name it. If it walks, if it breathes, if it multiplies, it's really enjoying Country Woman.
You should see the early reviews from the Embiid, and they're freaking out.
Or the I think it's a magazine or website, Amoeba.
Yes, the clearly less cool amoeba.
Yeah,
you could talk about. Clearly, actual amoebas are way cooler. They love Country Woman. They say it's the best song that's ever been.
I think it's pretty good. I enjoy
it. Speaking of the best, crazy moment in U.S. history happened yesterday. Former President Trump was arrested. Which is crazy. Yes, I figured it's such a crazy thing. I feel like in the era of social media, like news stories happen, like news cycles happen so fast, story cycles happen so fast, that it's like easy to dismiss everything as like, man, like whatever. But like this is crazy. Like this is an insane thing in United States history. So I thought it would be worth it to be like, this is the podcast that happened the day after that happened. This is like a huge moment in history. It's hard to think about presidents in the present day context as historical figures and as people, but it's very crazy. I think the Louis C.K. presidents, Matt, when he went on the Matt and Shane Secret podcast or whatever it is, I think that kind of changed the way I look at like these types of things now. Like I try and look at them more like this is a moment in history. And what does this moment actually mean? As opposed to a different, I don't know, whatever other context you might look at it in. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
No mugshot though.
Also, the Presequential podcast is a very good podcast. Each episode's about an hour and a half dedicated to each president. And they just finished up.
Disgusting.
I think they went up to Obama. Trump, obviously.
On Spotify?
Yeah, it's on Spotify. The Presequential podcast. It's excellent. They don't talk about Trump. I mean, they mention Trump, but while they were recording, he was still president, and then part of it, Biden was just being voted in. So they didn't do Trump and they didn't do Biden. But what they do is they both pick a book, like the most famous or the most well-read book on each president. They both read it, and then they get on air and they talk about it. And their producer does like a little vice president corner. It's a really, really cool podcast. Cool. I learned a lot.
From Washington all the way to Obama.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I got to check that out. The Presequential. You've mentioned it before in passing about how much you like that. You know, it's very funny to me that people, and this isn't just one side or the other, this is both sides. people will argue for which side is like worse and like which side. Well, they're worse. They should be arrested. If anyone's going to get
Yeah.
arrested, they should be arrested. And to me, it's very very funny. Like if you went and you robbed a bank with a whole bunch of people, like you would all get arrested. They wouldn't be like, oh well, we like this guy more, so he should like anyone that argues he shouldn't be arrested or anyone shouldn't be arrested. Like just arrest all of them. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like I'm totally for support of arresting powerful people when they do shitty things. Of course they should be arrested.
One of the 7 main Republican whack jobs that are online. I forget who it was. It was one of them though. They were like, "Well, you got to go after Clinton then. If you want Trump, you got to go after Clinton. Arrest Clinton."
Yeah. Who cares? Do them both.
Yeah, anyone that breaks the law at that level should be arrested.
People get arrested for way smaller shit every day. There's people that are still in. There's people that are still in jail for
non-violent drug offenses.
Yeah, like small time shit.
Fuck out.
Yeah, it's stupid. I think people, they just want the law to work for them. I mean, it's all just like a big fucking ploy to distract everyone from, how ongoing. Oh, excuse me, ongoing class warfare. But that might be a different podcast for a different time. The class warfare podcast.
Yeah.
If I was gonna do a political podcast, that should be what it's called, class warfare.
So, I was thinking about the Monday Mack.
Yes.
And what I was saying about Fall Out Boy. And then my woman was humming Sugar, whatever their biggest hit was, the early one. We're going down, 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 right?
Yeah.
Then it got me thinking, whether or not the new song is supposed to be a ripoff of a bunch of different things on purpose, and it's supposed to be like a nod to we're rock again, and you know what I mean? Like they just ripped off every famous rock song from 1975 until fucking Franz Ferdinand. But anyway, every Fall Out Boy song, they have a formula. It's pop. It's very pop punk like music. Every song's the same. Like interesting verse or not interesting verse. Like slowed down verse or quieter verse.
Just a kick drum.
Explosion in the chorus.
3, 4.
But they always have lyrics like these one-liners, right? Like I'll be number one with a bullet, that cock it and pull it or whatever.
They have taglines.
Every lyric is a tagline. And it's fucking annoying. What's
their formula? I think it's just what their formula has become.
Well,
and they're just they're boring formula people.
I don't even know the lyrics to the new song, but I was just thinking what's the last year's wishes or this week's apology or something, whatever those words are. It's like, what the fuck does that even mean?
I'm so disillusioned from those kinds of bands and have been since I was younger that I half the time I don't remember which one is which.
Yeah.
I feel like their music's so bad it just induces memory loss. Like who is that? Is that Panic at the? Oh no, that's Fall. Oh okay, I'm sorry. I thought that was one of those other bands that sounds just like that. Like I feel like there's one guy that writes all of the music for Panic at the Disco, Fall Out Boy, and Maroon 5, and he just gives them singles based on like whatever. Like I think you're gonna go through a rock phase today, guys.
Yeah.
So I wrote you and all the songs have to have these like overproduced claps in them. Why? Why are we doing that still? Why are we still putting claps like that? I don't get it. I don't know. I'm not built for.
Listen to the lyrics. So I just Dance by Fall Out Boy. right?
And this one's more popular.
I'm 2/4 and a heart down, and I don't want to forget how your voice sounds. Tagline, tagline. These words are all I have, so I'll write them. So you need them just to get by. Which I, whatever. Dance, dance. We're falling apart to halftime. First of all, what the fuck does that mean? Like you're halfway through your relationship and you can't even get to half.
Oh no. It's a play on. It's a drum. It's like a time signature
Okay.
play on words.
But what's the double? What's the second entendre of that?
We're falling apart to halftime. Like when
Oh,
your
I
band's
guess there
falling
is no.
apart.
Yeah,
It's just supposed to be like a the band is falling apart, and the same way a band would fall apart when midway playing a song, they might play the wrong time signature. It's the same way your relationship's falling apart. Where
yeah.
I don't know.
That's the same way you'd fall apart if you played a song with one of our old drummers as the.
Yeah, yeah. Any of the ones that didn't play to a click, it would be double time then.
Yeah, the non-click
Yeah,
one.
we're speeding up to double time.
Wait, there was one that remember the one drummer that said he said, "Hey, you want to hear? I did a drum cover to a certain drum, the Arctic Monkey," and we went, "Oh, really?"
I recorded to it. Yeah,
I recorded to it, and then he literally just played.
He just played the song.
The song.
He just played the song.
He just like it was like on Spotify. He just clicked play.
John, I think that was like the first time in my life, just in general, not even in like just with music, in general, where I was like, what the fuck is going on around? Like my surroundings were so like everything was going around me was so Twilight Zone level. I was like, what is going on? Like, is
Yeah,
this real? Is this a fucking is this my lord.
terrible. All right.
Fantastic. It doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah,
That's like
great.
that's tremendous actually.
All right,
There's
ready?
a high school baseball game going on up the street, and they're cheering for everything. I like to imagine they're actually just like they have a projector out and they're just clicking through some of my pictures. I like to imagine that's why they're cheering actually over there. Are we going to read more shitty ass Fall Out Boy lyrics?
I'm gonna make you bend and break. It sent you to me without wings. Say a prayer, but let the good times roll. In case God doesn't show. Now I like this song. This is a catchy, like I like the melody. I do. In the chorus. But none of this fucking means anything.
Can we call this like the psychological torturing of Matthew like podcast? Yeah. This is brutal.
And I want these words to make it right, but it's the wrongs that make the words come to life. Tagline, shitty tagline. Who does he think he is? If that's the worst you got, you better put your fingers back to the keys. So I guess someone's talking shit on him online.
I guess. I don't know. This is Dance Dance, or is this the other one?
This is Thanks for the Memories, which is way better than Dance Dance. Even though Dance Dance there's one little part that's very easy. It's not like it's impressive, but it's just good production.
You know,
look, early Fall Out Boy doesn't drive me crazy like some other these pop punk people, but they're still shitty. They're still so overrated.
I think like if you look at it like when you first hear music when you're younger, you're like this is kind of shitty, or this is a good song, or this is a bad song, and then you keep listening to music, and then you have a better reference on what's good music and what's not good music. Yeah. And even with pop music, like I definitely think I'm a lot less cynical than I was maybe like 3 or 4 years ago towards pop music. I think I could handle it. Like I could listen to it more. I could deal with it. I don't feel the urge to be violent when I hear it as much as I used to. Like I'm a little bit more toned down with it, but you still hear songs like this, even their popular songs like Thanks for the Memories. And I just think they're just not that good. I mean, I think that they're not bad songs. They're catchy. I get why people like them. And there a lot of people, these songs are very important to them. Like some people, these songs are part of their like identity. You know what I mean? which I'm not going to criticize people for, because plenty of people don't like you too, and that's fine. People like what they like, but I will criticize Fall Out Boy. I won't criticize their fans, but I'll criticize some of their fans too. Some of their fans have shitty taste of music. If your favorite band's Fall Out Boy, you need to listen to some more music. I think, like, you need to branch out a little bit, because you know what? Even selfishly, think about it this way: if you're someone who just casually likes music and all you've listened to is that, you're listening to an artist that's not ever changing. You know what I mean? It's like looking at the same. It's like like someone painting a square, the same square over and over again, on a different canvas, and going, "Here, look, it's different now."
But I feel the same way that when people's favorite band is like Blink-182 as well, or like if your favorite rapper, like
if you were
there's real people out there that really exist that love new Eminem. Like, just new Eminem's the best rapper in the world, and it's no, like, stop it.
I just think in my head, maybe not with their older songs, but with their newer songs. I feel like they're all written with it doesn't feel like their music's made because they organically like to make music together. It feels like they make it because it's their job to make hit songs.
Yeah.
Hit songs, whatever a hit is anymore, highly streamed songs that they can do sponsorship deals with, that they can get in sports video games and have on Buffalo Wild Wings commercials. And you know what I mean? Like, they write these songs, I feel like, almost for companies to use to market with, to a certain degree. If you're someone that makes songs I don't like, but I get the feeling that you're, like, at least, like, honest about it. You're like, this is just the music I like to make. This is what came to me. Then, like, 100% respect. Even if I don't like your music, I'm gonna respect you. But if you're just like a shill, like a fucking corporate, like, I feel like they're industry shills. Like, they have a brand where they're at, and that's what they put music out for.
Yeah. You know who I kind of respect more than they're like in the same vein, to me at least. That other people might not think they're in the same vein, but like, I think they're very similar kind of people, but they definitely give a fuck more, and they try different things. Is My Chemical Romance.
Yeah, I think I'm severely less annoyed by them. I feel like they're in the in between, where you have like you have like Avenged Sevenfold, right further on the end of the spectrum of, I think, bands that, well, at least when they were like their original group and all that, and they were on their original run, like that they made music they like to make. I may not have liked all of it, but they really like to make that music. It was a little harder. And then you have like My Chemical Romance. It gets further over on the pop side, and then you get like the Fall Out Boys. But I feel like they're all on the same line.
Oh, now that fucking 30 Seconds to Mars.
Listen, can I just say that I think there's a really distinct chance that I think Jared Leto has a cult. I think Jared Leto runs a cult.
Which is one of your goals in life.
Yeah, but can we just lay everything out now? Okay, cool. I've been waiting to get this off my chest. So I saw an article that those fucking dorks, 30 Seconds to Mars, they invite all their fans on, like, they pay a lot of money. They're part of a membership club, and like every single year they have a festival, for like a week-long festival where it's not only music, it's like wellness and all this like cult like shit. So it's like Jared Leto has a cult, right? Whatever. Now, if I was ever in his position and I had a cult, I would, or if we ascended in popularity and I developed a cult, I would 100%, like, the Mack Mafia, our Mack Mafia would just squash his cult. It wouldn't even be fucking close. And then I would get all his fucking roles. And you know what I would do? I would play the same character in every role. I'd be like Tony Soprano. That's what I would do with all his roles. I would take all his deals. You know why? Because Jared Leto doesn't deserve it. For real though, he actually is a really creepy looking dude. I'm not gonna lie. I think there's something weird going on with the whole 30 Seconds to Mars cult situation.
I think our cult, our following, if we had a cult, not our fans, but if we had a cult, it would be closer to Insane Clown Posse's cult than Jared Leto's. Like, it wouldn't be like health and it'd be like, um you know, we're gonna, like, if we walk out into the ocean of people, there's gonna be some cars that are like drip in a circle, and there's gonna be some people jumping through tables, but they're gonna be almost like Bills and like Eagles fans.
Why is our cult gonna be like fucking mud show wrestlers?
Nah, they're just gonna be rowdy, is what I'm saying.
John, I think we're gonna have an elite, sophisticated group that we have with us that operate at the highest level in every capacity. What kind of people do you think I'm going to have in my cult? People jumping through tables? My people are going to be throwing people through tables.
You know, I always, and I still want to, hopefully we get famous enough to where we can make it happen. I want to be like front row at like an AEW show, like as like one of the celebrity people that they put the thing underneath.
Oh wait, can I just what John's about to say, and I'm pretty sure I know what he's about to say. John's been saying this the last maybe 15 years. That this is a hidden desire since he was in school. This is a hidden desire of his.
It's not hidden. I'm about to tell everybody.
Well,
I want it. I want
hidden.
I want like, I guess I'd be the baby face, right? Just famous like, I'm not going to be a wrestler. I'm not a wrestler, but I'm going to like defend like someone getting beat up. I'm just going to be like, fuck you or whatever. And then I want to be like, I want to be grabbed, like thrown over the barricade and then choke.
Yeah, you're selling your back. Oh.
I want to be, flipped over and then choke slam through a table, and I want to sell it. And I want to like be there. Like, I want to be like laying.
Have fucking woodchucks coming out of your.
Yeah. No. I'm gonna be out. Like, take me out on a stretcher. I'm gonna sell the whole time.
Yeah.
But I'm not a good actor, so I might laugh in the stretcher. So they got to figure out a way to like,
John,
stretcher me out.
I have your gimmick. If you were ever going to be a even more than a wrestler, I have just a new gimmick for you in general. Man of the people, John McCarron. That would be your babyface gimmick. You'd be the man of the people. You would never tell anybody why. No one would know why. No one ever told you that they liked you or they support you. You're just the man of the people.
Would I be delusional where I thought I was a babyface, but I'm a heel?
Yeah, that could be good. Every time you try and do something good, it just goes. It just towers. Bad things happen. Like terrible, like someone actually shut the light out. Oh, no problem. Like the circuitry of their house, like you shut the light off and the house catches on fire. An electrical fire. Like, you're just a terrible person by accident. You don't mean it. You don't mean it. Like, you kill 80 people by accident in a snowblower accident.
I was telling you this probably last year, but I always wanted Orange Cassidy to do a heel turn, but because of who he is, it's the same exact gimmick.
Oh, yeah.
Except like he does like he does the kicks to good guys, and they actually like don't like they always take it. They never interrupt them, like doing his little kicks, because they're baby faces and he's a heel. So like that doesn't hurt them still, but I don't think
he does a beat down. He does a beat down of the good guy. You know what I mean? He's trying.
Oh my god! Best friends come in. Danhausen come in. They beat the shit out of somebody. Orange Cassidy walks super slow behind them and then starts doing his kicks on them. You know, he's a heel. He's a bad guy. But
I think so. There's a new faction in Japan I was telling you about called Just Five Guys.
Yeah.
And I think they're just like dudes that like they're supposed to be just five guys that hang out. I don't know if they're heels or they're baby faces. John, Orange Cassidy seems like he should be like he's like
perfect leader,
the perfect secret mystery leader of this faction. Like even the name of the faction, Just Five Guys, and he's just like he's been running it the whole time, like in like a group chat, like an Instagram group chat or something. Like that would be so fucking fun. Yeah, these are my friends. I would enjoy that. So there's this guy I work with, and he works in a whole different department than me, and he hates the Young Bucks. He hates Kenny Omega. Um, they're just not his style of wrestling. So he'll walk over and he'll just start ranting, and I don't say anything because I'm trying to not. I just want him to leave me alone. I don't really want. Like, I'm not going to have a debate. I don't like to debate people that already have their mind made up. If you have your mind made up, that's fine. Like,
Yeah.
you're letting me know that it's not worth having a conversation with you. There's nothing here. I'm just listening. I'm just okay. Oh, good. Yeah, yeah. So it's just there's a lot of those people out there that, like, I would never think, oh, this guy's a wrestling fan until you have an AEW jacket on, and like 5 different people that you work with are like, oh shit, that's crazy. I love AEW. Or,
Yeah.
oh, isn't that new promotion or whatever? It's or on the other end, wow, I fucking hate those shitheads. It's crazy how, like, something will trigger someone and all of a sudden now they're on a 5-minute rant with someone like they've never met you and they're just ranting about something.
I could do that with Sixers.
Oh yeah, but I feel like that's like a more of an appropriate thing to do, is like, because sports is real, you know what I mean? Like, sports is like, you could actually have a real debate. Oh, is Joel Embiid the MVP? Like, you could debate
Yes.
that.
Yes, he is.
But like, wrestling's completely fake. So if you don't like a style of wrestling, just watch another style of wrestling. It's not real either way.
So, I got to talk about Embiid for a minute.
I would love to talk about Embiid because I've been following Sixers Twitter on this for a little bit.
Before we do that, Embiid's favorite beer is League Island Brewing Club. He drinks it before every single game and after every single game. Win or lose, he's drinking League Island Brew Club. And so should you. Be the MVP. Subscribe to League Island Brewing Club. Their link will be in our description. I just got hit with a loaf of tiredness.
Let's go for that. League Island
Brewing Club.
Yep.
I was thinking about having one today, but then I would fall asleep too soon, just because I'm not up for like a drink.
Yeah.
Honestly. But if I was, it would be League Island Brewing Club. Back to the podcast. Joel Embiid scored 52 points last night, and they won. And he scored he scored over half of the team's points by himself. He was also 20 for 25 from the field. And he's unstoppable. He's the best player in the league. I think he had 3 blocks or something like that. He's the best two-way player since Kawhi Leonard in 2019. He's the best center. I mean, Jokic is excellent too. But he's the most talented center on both ends of the floor since probably fucking Olajuwon, or even maybe Moses Malone. Like, I mean, there's nothing he can't do. He's 7'1" and 300 pounds, and he plays like Kobe Bryant. If Kobe Bryant was Hakeem Olajuwon, that's what he does.
I do think life for me was certainly better when you're watching MVP races or whatever they are without like NBA Twitter. Like, every time there would be like, and I'm talking a few weeks ago too. It'd be like, oh, Jokic is like, you would see all these like Jokic stan accounts on Twitter. It infuriates me so much that like I like at a certain point I had to like stop paying attention to Sixers Twitter because I was getting too angry. I get too mad at like double standards. Like, it's hard for me to do sports punditry anymore.
Yeah,
I know who my MVP is. I like to watch it and I just make up my mind now. Like, and I think if you watch them play, if you read the stat sheet and you watch him play, if you do your due diligence, you'll see that Embiid's having a great MVP season.
Yeah.
And that's all there is to it. He deserves it. There's no. You could say, yeah, you could make a case for Jokic. I guess you could make a case for Giannis. But I think if you take one, if you take Embiid off the Sixers, I don't even know.
They're a lottery team. The Giannis, you could say the same thing for Jokic, by the way, about the Nuggets.
I bet, yeah.
Giannis, even though he's unbelievable. They have Drew Holiday, who's an all-star. He's the best defensive guard in the league as well, and he's a great second option.
Sixers legend.
Brook Lopez, who's the defensive player of the year this year, and then you have fucking Chris Middleton, who has been injured, but I mean he's been playing recently, and he's a monster. You know what I mean? And he's had them for years. Brook Lopez has gotten better. I don't know how Brook.
Got to give him credit.
Is this good right now? It's kind of ridiculous. But yeah, Embiid's the MVP. Jokic doesn't play defense. Giannis, a lot of people give Embiid bullshit for like the games he's missed. Giannis has missed 2 or 3 more games than Embiid this year. Where's the? No one's fucking mentioning that.
Yeah, I agree.
Whatever.
I agree. Double standard.
Also, yeah. Giannis doesn't have any. Giannis is super strong, super athletic. He doesn't have fucking skill.
If you go by skill, I mean, Jokic and Embiid are way more skilled than Giannis. If you just go by pure skill, Giannis is just a physical freak.
I love Giannis too.
Embiid, I think, because Embiid is not a ball handler the same way that, say, like LeBron or Giannis are, or even Jokic, I think probably handles the ball more than Embiid.
Yeah, he's the point guard.
People really undervalue his skill level, how good his hands are, how good his intelligence is, how much he impacts the other team's defense and gets our team opportunities just by being on the floor. I think a lot of it's overlooked because our NBA is so geared to threes, ball movement. Everyone tries to play like the Warriors in 2018 or 2017. Yeah. So it's like,
if you just talking about last night, Embiid had 6 assists and
beautiful.
3. I think 3 were threes and 3 were twos. He accounted for 67 points of 103 points last night against their number 1 rival to win the game. No one else could fucking hit anything. I mean,
that's what MVPs do.
Harden had 20 points, but like if you watched him get them 20 points, it wasn't, it was a normal Harden game. And Harden's been great, but
I will say the one thing, if you look at it from the NBA standpoint, from the league standpoint, they have 3 really cool, really good dudes that are at the top of their MVP race this year. Everyone gives Embiid a lot of shit because he's a shit talker, but I always looked at Embiid as someone he's a shit talker, yeah. But I don't really think he's ever really gone too far. I think it's always been in the vein of competition. It's always been relatively lighthearted. It's always been really funny. Everything's always so obviously a joke when he does it that it's not really, he's not like John Moran.
One of my favorite things ever, I think it was his second year playing, he absolutely clobbered Detroit when Andre Drummond was like their best player. So it was like center on center. And he ripped them to shreds. And then he said, on to the next one, something. And then his location on Instagram was shithole. Because he was in Detroit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's funny. Yeah. But listen, I would think that's funny if somebody else did it too. If someone called Philly a shithole, I would go, okay, they beat us and he made fun of us, and that's pretty fun. You know what I mean? That's not a character assassination on. He's not like Andre Drummond's a terrible person, and I hope he gets chlamydia. Like he's not like being mean.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Andre Drummond's not a great example because they went at each other a little bit. And
Yeah,
Embiid would post memes like I live rent free in his brain and stuff.
but that's goofy
But it was
shit.
funny. It's funny. I
That's
like it.
goofy. I
I
think it's
like it.
goofy shit. I think shit talk like that is what makes the game fun. I
Oh,
think as long as you're not too personal. Um, but what I was saying is, if you look at it, like, I guess Jokic is Jokic a nice guy too, or is he a shithead?
I don't know.
Giannis seems like a great dude.
He made a really dirty play, which if Embiid did it, Embiid would have been suspended for the year.
Oh my god!
He got shoved by one of the Morris twins. I think it was Markieff Morris. Who they're from Philly. He got shoved. So Jokic runs like while his back's turned. Jokic runs full force into him and puts a shoulder into his back.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't my mistake. He was angry and did it. And what's his name was out with like a neck and back injury for 60 games.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah, I think it was either last year or the beginning of this year.
Oh, that's so shit.
I think he was suspended for like a game. And it was
that's way worse than calling Detroit a shithole.
Way worse. Giannis,
not even on
Laddergate. This year, Laddergate. He was playing Philly.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And he fucking threw the ladder
early in the season.
Free throws. And if you know, like they have to change the shit over. That's what happens. It's a legit thing. And then Montrezl Harrell, to Montrezl Harrell's credit, stole the ball from Giannis and fucking walked it into the locker room, which was very fun. That's all Montrezl Harrell's good for. Real quick. Basketball, because we only have 2.5 minutes left, and I have to get this off my chest. Caitlin Clark, great college, women's college player.
Is that the girl that just did this at the free throw line to the other girl?
She was no. That was the girl, the original girl that did it. She was doing it all. She was fucking getting rowdy and talking shit and doing this.
I love it.
like waving people off at the 3-point line because they can't shoot.
Yeah.
And was basically Steph Curry on the other end, right? Mm-hmm. And she's a white girl. Angie or Angel Reese, who was this is the final two now. She's the player on the other team, and she's a black girl, and she does the same shit to Kate, but she does it in her face because they won the championship.
That's what I saw. And
she goes like this to her, and then she's going, "You don't got a ring, like the fucking champs," and I love it. Everyone was like, "What a classless piece of shit," and it's like, it's the same fucking. You're so like it's so
double standard,
racist, and hypocritical, and it's like, come on, man, that was fucking and all these.
Is that why Shaq went on Twitter today and defended her?
Oh, maybe, I don't know. I didn't see it.
Just because that's what I saw. I saw Shaq. Shaq was like, "No one's gonna come at my niece. Like they can go fuck themselves." Like he was he had her back.
It was fucking awesome. That's what makes college sport. That's what made that fun. We need more of that in sports because it's a lot more fun. And we have to go, but fuck those racist people.
Listen, the Country Woman, it's out everywhere. Everywhere you can find music, including in the CD, in your like old CD cases, it's in there too. Yeah, check it out. Check out the sponsor of our podcast. League Island Brewing Club.
If you have a cassette player in your car, hit eject. It's going to say Country Woman by the Mack Brothers. Put it back in. Put that puppy back in.
You know, right on my Spotify, my like songs are Country Woman and then Back That Ass Up by Juvenile. Just saying.
Same vein. They're in the same vein.
Same vein.